Well, this is the Deer Creek Trailhead, guys. I'm going to be heading into the Mount Evans Wilderness area, place I've never been before. So very excited about it. It's Sunday, June 21st. Really busy day because of Father's Day, but I waited till 4 o'clock in the afternoon, so everyone's been heading out that I saw. Hopefully I can pack up, get a few miles in before we set up camp before dark. It's going to be pretty quick. So the first part of this trail is just a really manicured, easy trail. Wide open, campsites everywhere. I'm only going to go maybe 3 miles and we'll try to set up camp. A little over a mile in, guys, and we have made it to the wilderness boundary. So here we've got the self-serve kiosk. Over here is the actual wilderness boundary sign. So again, no fee, no reservation. Just need to put all the information in here, tear it off, and stick it in the drop box. Now that we've entered the wilderness area, this climb has really gotten steeper, and we're getting close to 10,000 feet of elevation now, so breathing is becoming harder as well. Well, guys, it's about 5 o'clock, 5:30 actually. Made it about 2 miles, all climbing, extremely hard once I entered that wilderness area. But this behind me is camp for the day, for the night, I should say. Nice flat area up from the trail a little bit. The river's down that way, so I can go get water when needed. Right now, I'm gonna try to set up camp before it gets dark, and then we'll start making some food and kind of take a look around. Well, guys, I made a pretty big mistake. You're always worried about forgetting something. I grabbed the wrong bag. I didn't get a sleeping bag. Instead, all I got is a black diamond down quilt. I just don't see how that's gonna be warm enough here at almost 11,000 feet tonight. I'm gonna try. I'll put on my puffy, I'll put on every single layer I have, and then I'll use that to try to stay warm. But this may not be a 3-day trip, this may be a 2-day trip. Damn it. Cheers. Yeah. That's really good. That's the first time I've made that out here on the trail. He made a YouTube video about that several years ago that kind of went viral, at least in the hiking community. I can see why. I can start carrying that. Well, really enjoyed that dinner. I think I found a new dinner that I'm gonna start taking with me on the trails a lot more often. But back to the matter at hand, in the tent, and you know, the problem is I forgot my sleeping bag. So let me show you what I've come up with, how I'm gonna try to get through the night. We'll see how it goes. So the way I'm gonna do this, guys, is I've got my sleeping bag completely emptied out, and I can put my feet into it and my legs up to my knees. So I'm gonna use that like a foot box, and it really does retain heat. I can feel it in there already, which is nice. Now, I do have that down quilt. So I've tucked that in and wrapped it around on either side. The cool thing is underneath, I've got that thermarest, and it really does also reflect heat back at me. So we'll see how this works. Very thin little down quilt that doesn't really cover me all the way, but we'll see how the night goes.
Well, good morning, guys. It is probably about 3 in the morning right now. You can see my breath. Made some coffee, and I'm just kind of enjoying it. Got about an hour or so before light comes up. So last night, guys, actually slept comfortably. I only have this little quilt. This is a $20 down quilt, and it was 38 degrees last night. So I put every layer, thankfully I brought thermals with me, put every layer on, showed you how I used my little sleeping bag as a foot box, tucked everything in, and actually slept pretty good. One thing that woke me up is I woke up because something was chewing on something, like a little mouse or a little rat, and I couldn't hear what it was, so I kind of spooked it off. And then when I sat up this morning, I don't know where it is, but it was actually chewing on my belt. I had my belt sitting in the vestibule, and there was a little mouse chewing on my belt, probably getting salt off of it from sweat. Some of that Bustelo going. So I'm still sitting in here, about to make some more coffee, and just kind of warm up while the sun hits. And then I've got to make some decisions. Originally, my plan was going to be to pack everything up, head up another 3 miles above tree line, and set up camp at Roosevelt Lake. Since I don't have a sleeping bag, and I was warmer than I thought I would be last night, but definitely not just like super comfortable. I don't want to go up higher another 1,000, 1,500 feet from where I am here. So what I might do is pack up some basics with me, my fishing gear, leave camp set, and then hike up to do some fishing, come back here for my second night. So I went down to the stream, got some water that is cold. I got it gravity feeding through the Sawyer. All right, 2 liters of freshly filtered river water, and some boiling right now for one last cup of coffee. Once that cup of coffee is ready, I do have that payday for breakfast of champions. We're gonna load up and get out of here. Well, camp's loaded up. No, it didn't. My pack's loaded for the lake. I think I've got about 3.5 miles before the lake, so I'm gonna head back down to the trail, head up above the timberline. We'll see what it looks like, do a little exploring. Well, even with as much climb as we've had, and I'm almost at the tree line here, I think, this forest is just beautiful. What an amazing little area. Tons of little spots to camp. I've seen one other person camp. That's it so far. Lots of stream crossings too. Hopefully they don't get too bad. Let's see. Well, there's that trail we've been coming up, guys, and we were right at about 11,500 feet in elevation, which is why I'm huffing. Also, almost over the tree line. Probably too windy for a video, we'll see. Trying to cup it, and I didn't bring the wind filter. Finally made it up here to the saddle. I'll check what the altitude is once I get to the very top, but we're about to head over to the lake. I mean, look behind here, it's amazing. .3 miles from camp, and here we are. These are the Roosevelt Lakes. 2 little alpine lakes. I'm gonna go check these out and find where to fish. You can see the trout swimming, man. This water's so clear. I'm gonna find a good little spot, see what we can do. I'm a little surprised how many fish are right here. My goal is to get 2. That would be awesome. I brought my cook stuff. I've got some seasoning, some oil, some cooking oil, and I'd love to cook some trout out for lunch. That would be awesome.
So for tackle, I brought some hooks, size 6, some weights, and over here I've got some little pistol Pete's and a couple golden spoons. I'm gonna start with a lure, then we'll move to the bait. All right. Whoa, gosh. So, of course, I didn't have the camera on when I caught it. That's either a brown or it might be a cutthroat. I don't think it's a cutthroat. It's got a little red on it and these big black dots. That might be a cutthroat. The only native here. We'll see. What a cool day so far, man. Hiked down here, had luck, caught a fish. I only caught the one. I went ahead and packed my gear up. I don't even know if I could eat 2 full fish. And I don't want to waste anything out here. So what I'm going to do, guys, is start cooking lunch. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and process that fish, gut it out. I'm going to fillet it, and then I brought some flour with seasoning in it, a little salt, pepper, and Tony C's, Chatrins, whatever it is, and some cooking oil. Well, I knocked the camera over with the wind. Or I didn't, the wind knocked it over. Cooking oil, seasoned flour. I'm going to dredge these fillets, cut them into pieces, and go ahead and cook some hot lunch up. It's going to be good. Oh man, this fish turned out really good. I already tried some of it. Getting crispy. That is really good. You can probably see the clouds moving in, right? It's thunderstorms in the afternoon, so I'm going to finish eating lunch, clean everything up, and then I'm going to head back, try to get over that saddle and get back to camp. So as we make our way up and over the saddle, this is one of the only wilderness areas in Colorado that actually has Arctic tundra classified. Made it up here on the saddle, guys. Didn't check the altitude last time. We are at 12,000 feet. It's actually 11,985, I think. So really close. Sorry, 995. But clouds are moving in, so I got to head down, get back to camp. Well, I made it back to camp just in time. That weather was moving in, got back to camp, got everything hung, situated, and I actually was laying down. I was taking a nap for a second. I got woken up because of the rain. I had clothes hanging outside to dry, so I went and grabbed them. We'll see how bad it goes. I may lay down and nap until the rain blows over, at which point we can go cook dinner.
I'm gonna just snuggle up, guys. I did not sleep much last night because no sleeping bag and that mouse chewing on my belt. So I'm gonna just nap and relax for a little bit till the storm blows over. 3 hours it's been raining off and on. Still thundering. I can see some blue peeking out, but man, I wish you guys could smell what this forest smells like after getting cleaned by the rain. It's amazing. Oh man. It is 4 in the morning and I slept really good last night. I just wore myself out with that climb, I think, and I'm just exhausted. It's about 4, sun should be coming up soon. I'm heating coffee up out here and just using the little canister stove for time's sake to be fast. But I'm gonna make some coffee. Once the sun comes up, I'm probably gonna make breakfast and get out of here.